Right, and I think we are live. As always, please let me know in the chat if you can hear me and you can see me okay. I've been doing lots of microphone tests this week. Hopefully I've got it all working again and you can see me. And welcome to the first game of what we're calling UK Games Expo Can't, because I'm not going to UK Games Expo this weekend. I was going, but circumstances changed and I'm not able to go. So for the next 3 days, I'm going to be doing lots of streaming at home. Thank you very much for joining me. I've got 6 games, I think, that I'm playing over this weekend. None of them are sponsored videos. They are purely supported through the Patreon campaign. So huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for making this weekend possible. And it's Patreon supporters that I'm going to be playing some games against. So it's time to welcome Graham and Stevie. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello from Helsinki.
Is it still good afternoon in Helsinki?
It's just past 6.
So evening now.
Near enough, this makes no difference.
Yeah, true. Now, Underwater Cities. We've all played this before. We all presumably like it because when it was suggested we'd play it, you both jumped at the chance.
Yep, love it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And you will have noticed that we're not playing real. This is played on a website called Yucata.de. It is free. I believe there are some form of paid memberships on there. Are there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep, you can subscribe for a year, and then I believe you get better privileges when inviting folks. You don't, is it? No, it's Boitaju puts the email notifications as part of the paid subscription, but you.
Oh, is that why I no longer get emails from Boitaju?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
What's what? I think you used to have to have a subscription to change your colours in this as well, but I'm not sure that's true anymore.
Okay. So anyway, yeah, we're playing this. It's a fully licensed and approved website which has got an online implementation of Underwater Cities. It is just the base game. They haven't got the expansion on here, but we are playing with the advanced player boards. This isn't going to be a tutorial, so if you are looking for how to play the game, I think I've done a tutorial video for this.
These aren't the advanced player boards.
Well, I selected advanced player boards, or did I accidentally select the advanced player boards in our 2-player game?
That you set up by accident.
That I set up by accident. Okay, no, you're right. These aren't the advanced player boards. Okay, so we're playing basic player boards today. But yes, I've done a tutorial and playthrough video of this quite a while ago. If you're looking to how to play, but today is just going to be a playthrough. Right now, am I first? I think I am, aren't I?
You are.
How do we know I'm first?
You need to remember the rules.
Yeah. Well, I played a solo game of this last weekend just to remind myself of how to play. So basically, I'm choosing which 3 cards to keep. Now, I did have a look at these about an hour ago because we started this game about an hour ago just to create it and get it working. And I think I had an idea of which ones I wanted to keep.
At least in Yucata, we're making these decisions in series, so Graham and I haven't seen our cards yet.
Oh, right. It hasn't even shown you your cards.
Oh, no, you can see them. If you go and click on your name, you'll be able to see your cards.
There we go.
Because I can see mine.
I lied.
So you can be having a look at your cards.
Yeah, by default, the view follows the player whose turn it is, but you can click on yourself to see your stuff. And if you click in the little pin, then it'll lock the view to your board.
Mm-hmm.
So
turn order is the thing that looks like a smartphone on the right.
Yes.
What, the bits with our names in? I guess so.
Yeah, the part where it shows all of the resources that you got.
Yeah. And how many you're producing, which is really useful. This is one of those games which I have to admit is easier to play with an online website such as this, as long as you know how to play the game.
It's a nice implementation.
It is very nice implementation. Well. Yeah. Right. I have confirmed my starting 3 cards. And then I click finish turn.
So you have.
And it's now telling me that it's Stevie's go.
And I can just tab over to YouTube and see what's in your hand.
You can. Wait a minute.
I won't. I've got the
to be fair though, if you could, how much advantage would it be? Not much.
Almost
I don't think.
None.
Right.
I think maybe late in a round, if you're thinking between 2 actions and you think, well, maybe they might want it. What cards have they got?
Yeah.
Then yes. Right.
Should be on to Graham now.
Yep. All right. So I click on a keep. So I'll keep that one.
So obviously, because we're using this website, when it's my turn, you can see exactly what's going on, what I'm doing. But when it's Graham's or Stevie's turn, you can't see what it is that they're doing. So we'll kind of talk you two will talk through your turn, even though we're not going to be able to see what you're doing.
You can click over. If you click on our names, you'll be able to see our player boards anyway as we build things.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. As long as you don't click on the little pin in the top right of your name,
Which
then it
locks
should
it.
just, well, it locks it to your view. Yes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll follow whose turn it is.
Mm-hmm. So it's saying at the bottom, player on turn Stevie.
It does not say that for me. It says player on turn Paul Grogan.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's press F5. There we go. Right. There's also a little green dot next to my name. So I think that might be saying it's my turn. Right. Okay. So first action of the game. How many actions do you get to do in this game? 3 per turn.
Mm-hmm.
10
per
turns.
Turn, 10 turns. Yeah.
Or round, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got freedom of choice over what I want to do. Look at all these lovely actions.
A little bit crippling.
Well, as I say, I already knew I was going first. I'd already thought about this, and I'd already thought about which action I wanted to do. However, you know how things change. Because I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, well, I kind of want to do that, but I kind of want to do that. But if I do that, then that does that. So I think what I'm going to do, this might be the right decision or it might be the wrong decision. I am going to play a green card because I think the green actions are slightly weaker. I think the red actions are the stronger actions.
It's yellow, then red, then green in order of strength. And
so the yellow ones are the strongest actions, are they?
Yes, and
That's
then
what
the cards are sort of balanced the other way around.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I'm going to play a green card and I'm going to go on to that action there. That allows me to use one of my action cards. And I only have one action card at the start of the game, which is a Dolphin Personal Assistant. So we'll use that. And we're going to use that to take a credit, because money is very tight in this game. Then I'm going to use the ability of the card, spend a credit, to do any action space which is empty. And I'm going to use it to build 2 tunnels. So the first tunnel is going to get built there. And then the second tunnel is going to get built there, which gets me a kelp for building on it. And then that is my turn done. And then I draw a card at the end of my turn, and I have to switch back to my board to see what card I've drawn. Right, Stevie, your go.
With a red production card, I'm going to just take resources with this turn. And I'm all set.
That is a good action space, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the card that you've
Especially
played...
in the first round, the resource gathering spaces should go rather quick.
Yeah.
The card
so
that
the
I
card
played
you've
is in
played
my
is
playing
basically...
cards area.
Oh, yeah, it gives you one
steal
every production. That's a nice card.
Yep.
That is a nice card. Yeah,
production hard to get it wrong once it's on the table.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted that
action. Yeah, that's a very popular, good action, that one. I was thinking of it, but my red card, I only started the game with one red card, and it was not a good card. So.
Yeah, okay. Let's probably do... Just reminding myself what some of these action spaces do.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh.
Okay.
Ooh. But now I've got that.
Okay, let's play that card there. And that action space there.
Just say hello to a few people in the chat. Willem's here, Mark is here, Stazzy is here. Love this game. Yeah, it is a really, really good game. Really enjoy it. Stephen's here. James is here watching from his hotel room as he's just arrived at UK Games Expo. Kenneth's here. Hi, Kenneth. Mindy's here. Scott's here. Dimitri's here from Russia. Thank you for joining in, Dimitri. Good to see you live. Dimitri always leaves me lots of comments on my videos, so I know you watch them, but I don't see you often live in the chat. So Thomas is here as well. Hi, Thomas. And yes, I've got a dolphin on my payroll. Definitely.
Okay, there we go. I've built myself an upgraded lab.
Already?
Yep.
How did you do that? With a card?
No, bottom action of the.
You use the
beds.
build plus upgrade.
Build it and upgrade it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. Let's see what I'm going to do as my second action. So I had a plan to do that, and then there was that. So I think this is going to work. Is it going to work? Yeah, I'm going to play. Oh, I'll tell you what. This might not work now. Yeah, this might not.
You didn't want an easy life.
No, I didn't. So I'm actually going to play an orange card. I'm going to play smuggling. We're going to do a bit of smuggling, and we're going to sell some of that kelp for money. And I'm going to choose that nice resource space in the bottom right. So I will sell kelp for 3 money and then get some resources, and that is my turn done. What card did I get? Oh. Yeah, okay.
I'm also very close to doing something awesome, but not quite there yet.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering.
Willem says the solo game is pretty hard. He doesn't think he's ever won. I have, but only just. The last time I played, I got 92 points. But to be fair, I was playing to relearn how to play the game. Yeah, it's quite a good challenge. The solo game is just simply play a solo game. There is some of the spaces get blocked, and you try to get 100 points.
I'm just going to go fairly straightforward and claim turn order.
Oh, yeah.
And buy a starfish.
Yeah, Vincent's just popped in to say hello. This is on Yucata.de, which is a free website. You can play it for free. It's got a really good implementation. There's loads of games on Yucata. Yucata's been around a long time. But yeah, you can go on there.
In the last year or two, I think the games that they've added have had some of the best implementations that they've ever done.
Yeah, definitely.
Played a ton of Zolkin on here with the expansion. Lorenzo Il Magnifico.
Right.
Snowdonia is on here, I think.
Is it? Okay. As you say, a lot of websites like this, Board Game Arena, Boîte à Jeux, during lockdown, they really started putting more and more games on them.
Yeah, I'm sure really their subscriber counts justifiably went up as well.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Very, very likely. I think I get. What does that cost? That costs money.
But yeah, there are some of the older games on here. The interface isn't that great, but this one is really good. Everything you need is there. The 6 special scoring cards are there. You can click on your claimed cards to see exactly what cards you've got. You can click on production to get basically the player aid with everything on. It's telling you how much you're producing of each one. It's just got everything. It's just really, really nice. All compact on one screen with a log on the right-hand side so that you can see what you're doing. So
let's put that in there.
So Graham has built 2 desalination plants. Yucata is approved by the publishers and designers. Yes, Thomas. Everything on Yucata is all licensed and approved and agreed with the publisher, designer, etc., etc. So.
And that may be why for some games you find the base but not the expansion, because they still want to leave you something to explore when you buy it in physical form.
So yes, a couple of desalination plants, one of which isn't in my network yet.
Yeah, okay. So the interface is great, but I've now got a slight graphical bug in that the action for the 2 desalination plants has appeared right in the middle of my window. So I'm just going to hit F5. There you go. Okay, so this is my last action for this round. And the action I wanted... Oh, are we playing without government contracts? We are. I don't know whether that was an option at the start. You can play with the advanced player boards, but I can't remember if government contracts was an option when I started it up. And of course, you don't have to play a matching colour card, but if I don't, I get the inefficient move twitch. I feel uncomfortable.
That's why I've played one of the cards that says when you play a card that doesn't match, you get
that's a lovely card.
something, which in this case
that
is a money. It just makes me feel better about the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to.
It's not a massively nice ability. It just every now and again you go, yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Linus's blanket. Little safety net.
Okay, let's go for it. Let's put this card down and let's put it down there, and we're going to build a couple of farms. So the first farm is going there, and then the second farm see, if I build it in the same city, it will generate.
Yep.
But if I build it in the other city, it won't generate until I've built a city there. The question is, am I going to be able to build a city there before the production round? And I think so. So I've built a couple of farms. Let's just see what card I got. Okay, right. That's me done. Well, Snazzy has found a solo playthrough that I did on YouTube. So I did a solo playthrough of this game using the physical game, but I think I've done a tutorial and playthrough of this game. I definitely did for the expansion, but it's been a while. Sorry, Stevie, you were saying something?
Draw some cards. Yeah, just playing a card to draw some cards, and then I'm going to use my starfish. So I've built myself a nice, pretty red dome in the middle of the board.
So have you done that? Using the
my last card action let me buy a biomass for a coin, which I was happy to do, and so then I was able to get that early red dome out.
Nice.
Yeah, the infamous red domes that are referred to in the rulebook as purple, and you're like, this is not purple, this is red.
Sort of a burgundy.
Okay, Mark has confirmed that government contracts are available on Yucata, so that was an option that we could have selected when we started playing, as well as the advanced boards.
I found that it's nice to leave them out when teaching, not because they're so complicated, but because it's they do sort of help the winner win more.
Yes.
And so they add a greater sort of divide between the folks that have played before and the folks that are still learning.
Yeah. I've used them and I've not used them. I don't think they're essential.
No.
I have to throw cards away before we're allowed to move on to the next round because I have
too many in
my hand.
Well, that's the start of your turn. It does the discard at the start of your turn,
which is a brilliant rule. Absolutely a brilliant rule. Michael is asking about the solo game. The solo game is, personally, I like it. I know some people don't. It is literally just play the game. Some of these spaces every round get blocked at random, and you try and score as many points as you can. The aim is to get 100, but to be honest, it is just a beat your own score game. But I really like it. The solo game works. It's basically like playing the game normally, but with no opponents, and you just do the stuff. And if you like playing the game and doing the stuff, then the solo game is fine. Mark is asking, did I put a link in the general of the Slack? No, you didn't miss it. I forgot to do it because I was rushing around and doing all sorts of things and then trying to find a missing microphone. So a link hasn't gone up in general. If somebody wants to put one up in general, that'd be great. But hopefully most people knew it was happening. Oh, we have a wailing cat already. That's early. Don't know why he's wailing, because he's allowed out. Right, so turn order has changed.
Yep, it's to me now. I'm in the middle of my turn. I'm using the build and upgrade action, but it took a second for me to decide what to discard. And I'm going to use my action ability to... too many choices all at once. Let's do...
So I'm trying to work out how I can see what the turn order is just from looking at the screen.
Top right, you've got...
in the little cell phone thing, there's a series of tokens, blue, then black, then orange, down the left-hand column.
Yeah.
That's the turn order. So I'm going first, and then black is second, and orange is
there
third.
you go. So triangle, circle, star. So I'm third.
Maybe. Depends how you got your colours configured.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Because you might see something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one clever thing about Yucata is theoretically we could all play purple as far as our own screens are concerned.
Yeah, Through the Ages app does that as well. You choose your colour, and that is your colour, and another player could, from their point of view, be playing the same colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that one took a while, but I've caught up now.
Okay.
Right. I also need to throw some cards away. Let's have a look.
Stasia says she's not played a game on Yucata for about 5 years. Yeah. Get back on there. There's loads and loads of new games, and I say they've really improved the interface for the newer games. If you go back and play the older games, they'll probably still have the same interface, but the newer games are really good.
Which of these am I keeping? Let's keep that one. Okay. So that's that bit of the turn. Right, that's that done. Then I play this and I go here.
Oh, he's doing a bit of lobbying.
I am.
So I can actually see what you're doing sort of live. I can see the actions. Yeah, it is.
Yes, it all comes up on the right. Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, it's coming up on the left as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's actually showing me what it is that you're doing.
The only thing you can't see is what's in my hand.
Okay, Stasia can't find a tutorial video from me. Apologies, I thought I'd done one. I've definitely done one for the expansion, but that might have just been the expansion. Right, okay, so we're in round 2.
We've got a second city and a bigger kelp liability.
Yes. Yeah, you're currently generating no food and requiring 2 food.
Yep.
Right, so let's have a look at the situation now. Let's have a look at my action cards. So I do have an action card, which I haven't used yet. So we could go on there and do that one. Now that's pretty good. Yeah, use an action slot of a space occupied by somebody else. Yeah, that is pretty good. But I tell you what, there's a bit of food at the top, because the cost to build a city is 2 steel plast, 1 food and 1 credit, or 1 bio, 1 steel, 1 kelp, and 2 credits. So I can't actually build a city at the moment because I'm missing the kelp. So I think, oh hello, I can do that. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, I've got a card that allows me to build a city with a discount. Totally doing that. Red one, going there. I'll get the stuff first and then build the city. Can't build a purple one, so I'll just build a normal one there. And that is my turn. Done. Let's have a look at the card I got. Nice. Okay.
I find myself needing money already. Yeah,
I need everything. I've spent everything.
That's just efficiency, right?
Michael's just looked up the designer of this game and found that it is the same as Pulsar 2849. Yes, Vladimir Suchy. I've known him for quite a few years. I think it would have been 13 years ago when I first met him. And yeah, I'm a big fan of his games. Pulsar 2849 is one of my favourites. Underwater Cities is one of my favourites. This might actually be my favourite one of his games, to be honest.
Well, according to my master list of my top 99 games of all time,
yeah,
this is my 4th favourite game, and Pulsar is my 11th favourite game.
Okay, so 2 of his games.
I think I like his games as well.
Yeah, 2 of his games are in your top 20. Yeah.
Yep. My top 11.
Your top 11.
I don't think I've got another one in the top 20.
Right.
No.
I don't think I played a game of Suki's that I didn't like, but at least Underwater Cities with the expansion is the only one of them that I own.
Right.
I did have a good time with Pulsar.
Mm-hmm.
Borrowed it from a friend and played maybe 6 or 7 games over the course of 2 or 3 weeks.
Yep.
During lockdown, and feel like that was a deep enough dive that
right.
that I got what I needed to out of it.
Yeah.
Quite fun. really like the dice sorting
Yeah.
sort of mechanism with the dice drafting.
Well, you can have this big 6 dice that will allow you to do lots of really good stuff, but you're going to get this penalty. Or you could take this one that's really rubbish. But if you do,
yeah. I enjoyed that game we played right at the start of lockdown where you were streaming it.
Moving all the pieces myself.
Moving all the pieces,
Yeah.
yes. And I don't think you'd quite mastered the tech yet of
No.
sharing it with us in a decent resolution.
No.
So I can only sort of see what was going on. So I went, well, because I can only sort of see what's going on, I'm going to take a don't move at all strategy.
Yes.
I just sat there building the.
You sat there at home all the time. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Sat there building transmitters. I think I moved twice in the entire game, and one of those was via a teleport.
Right, let's have a look at these colours here. So, I think I might be doing that. Kind of didn't really want to do that, but let's have a look at this.
Chat talking about Praga. Yeah, that's
yeah. Where's that on your list? Is it on your list?
I'm not sure it quite makes my list.
Okay.
It's a very good game. I think
it is.
I do need to play it a bit more.
Yeah.
You get to the end of it and it feels like you haven't quite done enough, which is true of lots of games.
Yeah,
but
but more so. More so.
Yeah, and you look at you look at the city and it's barely been built. Even though you've all spent the game doing a little bit of the city, and yeah, it's all. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I definitely enjoy it. It's I probably rate it an 8. Just probably doesn't quite break into my top 100.
I'm debating. I'm going to play this card. I'm just debating which of these things I want to put it on. So I think this is the second action of round 2. So I'm going to put it on that one. And I'm going to use that to draw me 2 cards and get something. And then I'm going to use this, which is spend a credit to use an action space that somebody else has already used. But not me. So, I mean, we could go this one and just get loads of stuff. I don't want to do that one. And the other option is that one. But no, I think I'm just going to go here and get loads of stuff. And then I'm going to finish my turn. Okay.
Nothing wrong with loads of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because resources are quite scarce in this game.
I think I've found myself to be a fan of loads of stuff several times over the years.
Yes. So Praga is on Yucata. I am in the middle of a game of Praga at the moment. Which, yeah, great. I'm of the same opinion of you, Graham. It is a good game. I don't think it's as good as Underwater Cities. But I'm playing it a bit more. And I'm playing a game now. But Mark says he's in the middle of about 8 games of it at once. See, I can't play more than one game of the same thing online at any one time. I can play multiple different games, but I can't play more than one of the same game because I lose track of, my brain can't cope with it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I usually have a load of games going on Board Game Arena, but
yeah,
it's just one of each. Speaking of which, apparently it's my go at Luxor. Gosh.
I've not played that. But yeah, the Praga interface is nice, but it's just an odd game because, as you say,
seems like they could have chopped the board in half, though, right? And had the village building off and magnified a bit, and then the action wheel magnified a bit.
Well, that's it. You look at this game. This doesn't look like the board game because they've got rid of the board.
Yeah, the main board is completely gone.
Yes. Okay, and they've broken up all the references onto 4 tabs along the bottom. Okay, player board, okay, and you can see everyone's things like that. And they've basically gone, well, this is a computer implementation. What does that need to look like?
Yeah,
well, the game's the same, and you can still see everything the same. It's all the same graphics, but yeah, they've I think they've done a better job with this rather than just going, nope, here's the board game.
Mark is saying he's got another game coming out this year, Messina 1347. Yes, I may have sent them a couple of messages asking them that I would like to cover it as an early version, but they haven't got back to me. So
may have sent, he says.
I definitely have sent, including when when Vladimir's wife sent me a happy birthday message. I went back to her and said, "Thank you very much. By the way, just to let you know, I would like
Perfect birthday gift would be.
yeah, it would be if I could be on the list to get an early copy so that I can do a video for you before the Kickstarter campaign. Not the Kickstarter, before Essen. But to be fair, I asked last year and didn't get anything, so we'll see. We'll see.
I've got myself in a sort of loop of going, I need to do this. But before that, I need to do this. Before that, I need to do that, which means ideally I've done the first thing already.
This is almost the end of round 2. Has anybody gone onto the turn order chart this turn? Yes, Graham has.
No, we both have.
Oh.
Yep.
Stevie has as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how he did it, because he hasn't used the double action space.
I had a green card that gave me 2, and I used the green action space that gave me a third upgrade plus the cards plus the money.
Yeah. I mean, I'm tempted to go there just for the resources, to be brutally honest.
I need to discard down at the start of my turn.
Yeah,
that's a good card. Is it my turn now? It will be soon.
Just following it through, and I got my coin. Okay, there we go. I got some money and right, that's better.
Right, okay. So I am keeping that one definitely. I am keeping that one definitely.
I forgot how the ties in turn order are broken. Am I in
believe
because I was there first, or did you come in later? And
we'll find out.
I think we keep the same relative order.
We'll find out soon.
I think. But I'll double check. I've got the rules here.
I've got 3 science. Oh, I could totally do that. Oh, we got to do that, which means I need to keep an orange card because we're still way off production.
No, here we go. Each marker is ahead of any markers below it. Okay.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I am assuming his new game won't go to Kickstarter. He doesn't use Kickstarter. He just straight to retail. Normally it'll be out for Essen. So they're working on it at the moment. I know that. Okay, so I'm going to keep those 3 cards. And that's the one I'm going to play. And I'm going to play it there. And I am going to do 3 upgrades because I have 3 science. So we're going to upgrade a tunnel, which triggers my once per turn when you upgrade a tunnel, gain 1 credit. And then I'm going to upgrade this kelp farm. Because an upgraded kelp farm gives you points.
Yes.
But you need to have 2 upgraded kelp farms in the same city to get the super bonus.
Yes.
Yep.
So the question is, what do I upgrade with? Oh, it doesn't actually matter whether I upgrade a tunnel or a kelp farm now. I'm going to upgrade a kelp farm because.
So you get better production for specialising in a city. But you get better end game points for mixing.
Diversifying, yeah. Okay, right. So turn order has been changed. We are now into round 3. Okay. So the chat is asking what happened in Messina in 1347, because that's what the game is. Apparently, it's the Black Plague. So.
Right. So
back when humans didn't understand how disease traveled and acted in irresponsible ways that were not to their own benefit.
You mean last year?
I mean right now. I think we're a little bit better with the ideas, though.
We
are.
I
think I read somewhere that they thought that the smell of an onion would drive the plague away. So you used to slice onions in half and leave them on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Which of course invited the rats to come visit your house, which were carrying the plague.
Yeah, I was going to say, does that not work? Because we've been doing that every week for the last year.
I guess if it's a cultural holdover and you're okay with having lots of little furry friends around, then.
Well, I mean, we got the cats to sort that out. The cats bring us in regular gifts.
Too many things to get done this turn, but we'll start with this. use my card, which gives me money.
Yeah, I really like the fact that, especially for streaming, you can actually see what the other players are doing. I remember when I did Through the Ages with Vlaja, there was like 4 minutes of a static screen while he was taking his turn, going, and then he clicks done, and then his turn plays out. Whereas with this, you can actually see what card they're playing, you can see what action they're doing. It's really good. Ross has popped in, the stream lines up with his lunch break. Thank you for popping in on your lunch break.
Here we are.
Okay, right.
First city done.
When you say done, you mean...
It's got all 3
nice.
colors.
It's got all 3. 2 of them upgraded.
Gotta find a way to get your starfish for the later rounds.
Yeah. So action cards will come back at the end of production, won't they? Yeah. Right, so let's have a look at what we're going to do here. This is a really good card.
They're overrated.
What's that?
Farms. I haven't bothered with any of them.
Well, I need more. I mean, I could build another city.
Always a good solution to a farm problem.
Yes.
If you don't connect it, you don't have to pay it food.
No,
so...
that's true. That is true. I think I want to play this card because it's such a good card. It's like 2 credits. And yeah, I think I am going to build another city. Because why not? Let's do that first. Let's get me 2 credits in a card, and then let's build another city. And let's build it there. And that is my go done. Let's have a look quickly at what card I got drawn. I'm going to click the pin just so that I stay focused on my screen for a minute. Because yeah, one of the best mechanisms in this game that I like is, although you have a hand size of 3, whenever you have more than 3 cards, you only have to discard down at the start of your next turn. So basically, I've got, while the other players are taking their turns, time to decide which of these 3 cards I keep. It's just a really nice mechanism. I wish more games would use it.
Oh, it's definitely that one, isn't it?
I'm keeping that one.
Oh, damn it.
Maybe that one.
I want both. I want all these cards. I can only have one of them.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Let's have that one.
Has anybody bought a special card yet?
I've literally just taken one.
That's what you've just done, is it? So what did you do? You took the top one off the deck?
No, there's 3 off the deck. Pick one.
3 off the deck, pick one. Put the other 2 on the bottom, is it?
Bottom of the deck, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we got what we got left. Oh yes, I can use my action. Yeah, okay, so I'll upgrade that. And am I done? I think I'm done. Oh yes.
So you've got double upgraded laboratories, which gives you 3 steel, plast, and 2 science. That's good, isn't it?
I hope so.
It's basically an extra steel plast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're happy with that.
Speaking of, we're gonna go collect some of that.
Right, my go. So I've got to choose the cards to keep. So I'm definitely keeping that one. And I was kind of undecided about these 2. And I still haven't decided.
Game has decided that it knows what color card I want, and therefore it will not give it to me.
See, I've got a card which says when you choose an action slot that does not match your card. I've got one of them now, and it's like, oh, but I kind of always want to match the card.
Be careful what you secretly wish for.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna take that. Right, there's my 3 cards. Now then, If I... Oh, yeah, maybe I do. Where's the upgradey action? The upgradey action is there. Oh, there. Oh, we got some resources. Do we like some resources? Now let's go for building a couple of more farms because I heard the farm strategy is really good if I can get it to work. But it's about getting the income. So I'm going to build a second farm there, and we'll build a farm. Go on, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's build a second farm in the same place. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the farming strategy is a little bit more difficult in this game because the sheep keep swimming away.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, I planted my carrots, and then the fish came along and ate them.
It costs more wood to build a roofed structure to hold the sheep in, more than just the 4 fences.
Let's think, that one or that one. I know what card I'm playing, I'm just not sure which action spot is going on.
So we're into the third cycle of actions in round 3.
Yes. So we have
and then it
4
becomes
actions.
crunch time as everyone tries to get everything done before production happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, ideally, I will upgrade both of my other farms, but I don't think that's going to happen because I'm going to need to get 2 science and then do a double upgrade. So tricky. Tricky, I think.
Could do that. Would help. Choices. I think it might be that boring action there.
There's a lot of thinking going on.
There is. You're right, I don't have enough actions.
You can either think now or regret later, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go with... I think whichever I pick, I'll then regret. So let's go with...
For you, the combo platter.
Let's go with that one. There we go. Right. Okay. Finish turn. I just took stuff and I've put an island into play.
Yeah.
So I've got an income of
islands are so nice.
Yeah.
What have we got? We got another island there. Oh, am I going to be able to buy that and play it? Possibly. So 3 actions left before production. No. 4 actions left for me before production.
Left.
Yeah. This one. And if I can adjust turn order this time. Ooh, I don't think I can. No, I don't think I can. So, is there an action space available? There is. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put this down. Here. And take a couple of science. Which I think it already did for me, because it knew that I didn't have any science, so it was clever, and it just said, look, Paul, don't be silly. You don't want to do that. Right, there you go. So, round 4.
Already the tension is so high. I think I'm keeping that one. And let's keep.
How many action cards is you're allowed in play?
4.
4
but
A cards.
if you play a 5th one,
then you get to
I
do
believe
burn one.
you
Yes.
get to use one before it disappears.
I think you only get to use it if it hasn't already been tapped.
Correct. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But you basically get a free use of
that's
one before
right,
it
yes.
goes.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Well, I've only got 2 at the moment, so it's not an immediate problem.
Yeah. Do that. Use the card first. Use my action card. Only
So it's
one
an
to
action
use.
card. Build an
Build a
upgraded
thingy.
something. Yeah.
Definitely going to use that, and I'll put it here. Connect my Metropolis before the end of the round.
Because that's got a instant
Victory point
ability
income.
and a 2 points per round ability. Yeah. Nice. Let's just see what my Metropolises are. Yeah, they're all instant abilities, mine.
Right, let's have another special card.
Another one.
Another one. Let's have a dig through this deck. What we got?
You didn't want the island on top then?
Nah, I've got an island already, and it was producing Steel Blast, which I have coming out my ears.
Okay.
Okay, have a look at some different ones. Yeah. Oh, that's very nice. Okay. Interesting.
Let's now start thinking about my turn.
They're all very nice. It's not that one. It's one of these 2. I reckon that.
Okay. I think I know what I want to do on my turn.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That's the way to play, right?
The game has now recognized in the order of the colors and has given me only the one that I want the least.
Well, that's perfectly reasonable attitude on behalf of the game.
Daboomer's in the chat, says, great game, the card play dynamic is simply fantastic. Yes, absolutely is. And thank you for joining me.
Okay. Sorry that took so long.
That's all right.
That was
okay, so I had a plan. It was to play that card, to go there, get a load of stuff, and get a credit. Done. Easy. Oh, okay. Yeah, first production phase is almost on us.
Don't keep reminding me. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, we're all fine, aren't we? Just about.
Well, I'm generating more food than I'm consuming, so I'm okay with that.
You're okay. We've both got enough of a stockpile.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're all roughly on the same number of points, but of course that doesn't take into account the end game points.
Yes.
Which is one thing that Praga does. The interface for Praga is really nice. It tells you how many points you're on at the moment, but it automatically works out your end game points as well and shows what that would be. So it basically completely updates it the entire game. And that would be nice in this. In fact, it might do. Yes, it does. So there's a points tab.
Yep.
And it is actually calculating, I think, how many points we're getting at the end of the game.
I think it does too, yep.
Is it doing it? I'm not sure it is.
Sorry.
Unless I'm missing it.
just went on my spot.
Somebody stealing your spot?
Yeah, someone. I was going to go there.
Didn't see your name on it.
Okay. I could do that instead. That would be fine. Yeah, then I don't achieve what I want to achieve. Oh, that's annoying. It's very, very annoying. I blame turn order.
If in doubt, blame turn order.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Okay, so let's go with this and this, and I don't need that, do I? No, I don't need that. Okay, so let's discard that card. Okay, and then we are doing these two in some order. I think it ought to be... Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Okay.
And we'll put that...
Building one of your fancy purple red domes.
Yes, I am.
That's it. It's purple on the card, and then when you build it, it's definitely red.
Finish turn. There we go.
Okay.
That
so,
worked.
Thankfully, the spot that I wanted is still there.
All right for some.
And I do have 2 connected cities. So I can spend my 3 science. Well, I'll do that first to get a steel plast. And then I will do 3 upgrades. And I will upgrade that, which gets me a credit, I believe. And then I'm going to upgrade that one. And then I'm going to upgrade that one. Right, that's a fairly focused strategy, but we'll see what happens. Let's just have a look at the card that I got.
You are building something of a pattern on your board, aren't you, Paul?
Yeah, basically I'm just all about the symmetry.
So we can expect the same pattern to go down the left-hand side.
Exactly.
Great.
Don't bother with any of that steel plast or science nonsense, just food. Sell it to Graham then.
Yeah, why not?
Well, there are a couple of... The reason I'm doing this is there are a couple of the big scoring cards for having lots of food and for having double things. So I thought, well, let's possibly go down that route and see what happens. Right. What's he building? Another city?
Yeah, I think so. Because I got to get that upgraded road online, upgraded tunnel online.
Yeah, to get you the points and the money.
This one, I suppose it doesn't matter where I put it.
Yeah, so your points generation is pretty good.
So my final action, let's
build a tunnel.
Yeah, building tunnels. So I just need to discard one of these. So I want to keep those 2. And do I care about either of these? Probably not. Let's keep that one. I mean, I imagine I'll throw them all away in a minute when I see my level 2 cards. So we're keeping those, and then
which of the 2 building tunnel actions are you going to use?
I'm going to use the yellow one.
Okay.
do that, and then let's do. Where should we go? Let's go in that way. And north or south? Oh, hang on. What have I missed?
It says on my screen that you've declined
Oh,
to use remaining actions. Was that on purpose?
it was not.
Thankfully, there is an undo.
There is an undo. How did
Yeah.
that happen? Weird. Okay, let's try this again. Confirm.
Once more with feeling.
Yes, I'm playing that card. It's going there. Let's do these the other way around in case it got confused. There. And then that.
There you go.
Done.
It did it that time.
No, then it said card discarded 50. What's going on?
What card is... Yeah, because you played it and discarded it.
Oh, because I didn't have any... I see what's happened. Okay, I'm getting confused between...
Right, so it did, because you used the card first, it didn't build you the second tunnel because you didn't have the steel plast.
Yes, I forgot that it costs steel plast to build tunnels.
Yeah.
Aha!
In my head, it was just money. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't pave the road with coins alone.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is fine. So what I'll do instead is...
Noma's popped into the chat. Good afternoon, good evening, thank you very much for joining in.
Let's start again. Let's play a different yellow card that doesn't do that.
Good old undos.
Yeah, the sort of thing that you try and do in the real game, and everyone yells at you.
Yeah.
He just does it and says nothing. Right. Okay.
Oh.
I can finish my turn now. There you go.
Okay. Right. So
Sorry about that.
this is my last action before production, and I think. Oh, do I want to do that? I don't know now. I might change my mind. What can I build that's going to produce? I could build a couple of desalination plants because I've got loads of money and they'll generate the money back. I could build another city, but that won't be connected. I have an action card that isn't used. I have an action card that isn't used. But is that really worth it? Probably not. There's also the laboratories, but oh, I have a steel plast as well. I could build a couple of those laboratories and they generate science, which will allow me to do more upgrading in future. So yeah, I think let's do that. Now if I do that, basically means I'm not going down the desalination plant route. Okay, so let's go with that. I'm playing a red card. I'm going to put it there. And we'll get the free kelp first. And we'll build a couple of desalination plants. So
Interesting that the money production building is called a desalination plant, because that implies that in this culture people are paying for water, though they live at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I imagine clean drinking water.
Clean drinking water.
Valuable and hard to get hold of. So yeah, it does sort of fit.
So I finished my turn. So it's now going to do all of the production for us. And there we go. Production has happened, I believe.
I think. Where are we?
I haven't seen it on my board.
Well,
yeah, it looks like it's waiting for you to do something, Steve.
Yeah, it says move 40, and it's done all of Graham's productions. Oh, because you've got a choice.
Do you have an option on one of your cards?
I do have an option. I had to reload my board to see it. There we go.
Sev's popped in the chat, and Andrew's popped in.
Yes.
Thank you for popping in.
Bye.
We're just on the first production.
Oh, I've got my new cards as well. Let's have a look at them then.
It's still saying that it's your turn, Stevie.
On mine. Confirm. I thought I did that already. It's not giving me... Yeah, okay.
Here we go. Right. So, round 5, Graham's turn. I'm just going to pin my board so I can have a look at my cards. Because this is where we drew lots of new cards from the deck. So we have an influx of new cards, which
lots more choices.
And these level 2 cards are more betterer than the level 1 cards.
I'm definitely keeping that.
Oh, that's amazing for my strategy.
Definitely keeping that. Probably don't care about that. Probably.
And that's also amazing.
I do. Okay. Oh, we're just discarding at the moment. We're not actually having a turn.
Aren't we? Okay, right.
Yeah.
So, Graham, you want to buy some food?
Yes, please.
Going cheap.
I'll go buy that trade surplus card. Then trade it to you.
I'll have a baked ziti, Paul, if you're ordering.
I think I built the wrong thing. No. I built a laboratory. I said I was building a desalination plant. It wasn't. It was a laboratory that I was building, if that's what they're called. The ones that produce science.
Yes, they're labs.
Science.
Which
I don't
third
like
card
my
to
cards.
keep? It's got to be that one.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's got to be that one. David's popped in. Hi, David. Have we all brought our snorkels? Yes.
Yes, I'm very unhappy with these cards. Well, I guess, yeah. All right.
Okay, so I'm keeping that one, and that one. Ditching the others. And then finish. Okay, so start of round 5.
Excellent. Right. think we'll go here. And I'm going to grab that card before my strategy goes horribly wrong by someone else taking it.
Yeah, I should be looking at picking up a special card at
This
some
guy
point.
already thinking about the end game. Come on.
Well, that's the thing. By this point in the game, I pretty much know you two are not going to go for the special cards that I want to go for.
Maybe.
So, yeah. It's just those special cards. They take up a slot in your hand.
Only until you play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on. What if I...
And I'm looking at my cards. Plan my turn.
Yeah, maybe I want to do that instead.
Not playing that one. Not playing that one.
No, let's do that.
That's the one I'll be playing.
That.
And
that. Okay.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Cool. Right. Done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing on my turn. Right, so Willem is asking, is there a thematic explanation for why we're starting with a city in the middle of the ocean and we're building towards the coasts? It's a very good point. Surely it should have been the other way around. So,
markings better.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely true.
I mean, the understanding here is that we're humans, but maybe we crawled up out of the vents. Maybe we're just sentient tube worms from the ocean fissures. Sorry, I'm dawdling. I don't really have a nice order of operations. I guess I could just hunt. Yeah, right. Punt and dig.
David says, yes, we're underwater mole people. That's it. Absolutely. It's the only explanation, I think.
Yep.
Not humans at all. Okay, right. I'd already decided what I was doing. I need to play that card there and get some stuff and done. Simples.
Okay, so I'm going
Just check
to
what card I got.
Those 3 cards. I'm going to play that card. It's going to go there. Oh yes, we can trigger this.
More laboratories. Look at them.
Doing all the
Laboratories.
research. All the research.
My normal strategy that I like to do is one of each building in multiple cities and get those massive points at the end of the game. It's just something that I like doing, but decided to do something different in this game.
What was it? I started with the synthetic food card, which was in my played area. It says during production you produce an additional kelp for every 3 connected laboratories you have.
Yeah.
So I sort of went, okay,
I'll do that.
I'll ignore farms and I'll get lots of laboratories.
Yeah.
And we'll give that a whirl. I imagine if the opportunity comes up, I might play the odd farm or 2 later on. I'd get really just for the points.
Right, so let's have a look. So yeah, so these aren't going to trigger.
I really do think at this point that the deck is just taunting me.
You're still not getting the cards. Right, I am building some tunnels with an industrial espionage card that's going to draw me 3 cards, which is like, oh, then I'm going to have to make decisions about what to throw away. So let's build the tunnels first. And the first one is going... I don't know whether I want to connect this metropolis at the moment. Although that will bump me up on the turn order, because that's an extra card. So let's build there for 1, which got me a steel plast. And let's build another one. Yeah, do I want to do it or do I not want to do it? Yeah, I don't think I do. I think I'm going to build there instead. And then I'm going to draw loads of cards plus an extra card. Right, okay, I'm going to lock the focus on my board so that I can look at my cards. Because I've got to throw 3 of these away. Why have I only got 6 cards? Surely I should have 7
6.
cards. Yeah, well, I had 3. I played 1, down to 2, drew 3, 5, drew 1, 6. Oh yeah, that's how it works. Maths.
Sure. All right, let's do this and this. Finish turn.
We keep all of these cards.
I keep drawing cards that say turn kelp into something.
You're like, I haven't got any
As
of
if
that.
you had a bunch. Yeah.
I think I've got your hand, Paul.
Yeah, I want to keep all 6 of these. These are all nice. Very nice. Oh.
Do
Right, I'm getting rid of that one. I've made a decision of one of the cards that I'm getting rid of. I've got 2 more decisions to make. So I think I'm keeping that one because I'm actually going to use it. I think that one's amazing. So I think I'm going to keep that. And then it's a case of which one of these? So not that one. I think that one. There you go. Right. That's 3 cards I'm keeping. And the one that I'm playing is that one. I'm going to put it there. And I will do the action first. I'll do the thing on the card first. To upgrade that and that. And then I will do that. Now, which one of these do we want to do? I think we want to use the dolphin. Pay 1 science or 1 credit to upgrade. Why was it not letting me do that one? Oh, because all of my farms are upgraded. Right, that'll be why then. Do I want a steel blast? Oof. Yeah, I think I do. Let's take a steel blast from the dolphin. And that is my turn done. Okay, right, round 6.
Looking along, aren't we?
We are.
Finally.
Is it me first?
No, I took 1
Oh right, no, it's not.
advance on the turn order track.
Oh, it's because it's lost. It's locked on my card. That's why. Okay, let's have a think. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You can
now.
stop sweating about where the kelp is going to come from.
You've reached kelp equilibrium.
You've built some farms.
For the moment.
Yeah.
The briefest of moments.
Yes.
Jolie's in the chat but posting messages about a different stream.
Yeah.
I missed it before he's retracted it. Stephen's joined in. Hi Stephen, thank you for joining in.
Oh, you know, your software relayed it to the.
Oh, of course, I can look on there.
Yeah.
He's talking about his top rewatched movies.
You can't retract it from there.
No, it's there. You can withdraw it from YouTube, but it's on screen.
Yeah. Ugh. That's really nice, but not at the moment. So shall I do that? These are not the cards I want. What are they?
Johnny's here as well. He's sat listening while building folded space inserts. Which inserts are you building, John?
Keep the room well ventilated.
Yes.
Why is that? Because of the smell from the foam?
Yeah, the foam and some of the various kinds of. If you're using like a two-part epoxy to put your folding space together, you can put yourself in a kind of a altered state. Let's put it that way.
I just used PVA glue with mine. It seemed to work quite well. Yeah, Tom Heath from Slicker Drips had to bring his live Q&A forward. It was at 6 o'clock. He's had to bring it forward to 4 o'clock. So he's doing his live Q&A at the same time as we're playing this. So. But if anybody is watching both streams, somebody say hi to Tom for me. Because I know he's a big Vladimir Suchy fan as well. He's doing a solo playthrough of Shipyard, I believe, at some point. Which is another game I quite like. One of his older games. Right, so that's what we want to do. And where do we want to do it? We want to do it there. Right, so all sorts of things are going to happen here. I am first going to build a dome here. I might have to undo that because it has, yeah. Yeah, I need to do the card first in order to get the. Oh, because building a dome costs 2 steel plast, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have to pay 2 credits to do another slot to get the steel plast. So I think I'm going to use. Give me free choice of action space. I think it's going to be that one. Then we'll build a dome, which we'll put here. And then I'll build a tunnel. Now, where do I want to build the tunnel? I want to build the tunnel there that gets me 3 more steel plast and 2 points. Bargain. Right. I am done. How is it looking on my player board? Do you remember when this game came out, people were comparing it to Terraforming Mars?
I think because most of the game is you building up a big tableau of cards in front of you.
But
that's the comparison.
But a lot less so than Terraforming Mars.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Terraforming Mars is all big dramatic moves from the cards, and most of your game is about those cards. This, I would say, the actual worker placement play is more important, and you're playing cards which have sort of little incremental effects.
Yeah.
And certainly your tableau turns into a sort of blueprint for your direction in the game. So I can see the connection.
I can see the connection.
But I think they feel so differently.
Absolutely.
It's hard to say if you like one, you should play the other.
Yeah, I mean, if, for example, Underwater Cities was a central board that we were all building on, then it would feel a lot more like Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
But because it's individual player boards and you've got the worker placement aspect, the cards are not as significant as in Terraforming Mars. So yeah, there's some similarities, but people would just sort of say, no, it's like Terraforming Mars but underwater. And it's like, no. No, sorry, you're not.
Funny, I don't think I heard as much of that comparison chatter when it came out, but I had just dismissed it as being a building game with sort of reality-based science, not too far science fiction-y, kind of too far futuristic science. And that's where I thought the whole comparison was coming from.
Right.
Building in a harsh environment and eating a lot of seaweed, you know?
Nom nom nom.
I think. Sorry, I've got an awkward position now where I actually have 4 cards and they're actually quite nice for me. So I'm going to have to throw one away that I quite like.
Paul, I think there's some interference coming over on the microphone. It sounds like the world's tiniest violin.
Yep, yeah, I can just about hear that.
My life is so hard. Okay, so I think we'll keep those ones. Okay.
Yes, Graham's there with 4 amazing cards and he doesn't know which to take. Meanwhile, in Stevie's world, he's looking at his cards going, why
I've seen
are
the
you
first
doing...
yellow card of the last 45 minutes.
Do that and go there, and then do.
Check out your 3 biomatter. I've not bothered with that stuff in this game.
And
No, Graham's rolling us. I think he's on his 3rd special card and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be hard to come back from all.
what am I doing? I've actually run out of money. I wasn't expecting that. That's what's gone wrong here. Let's reset that a moment. I don't have enough money to do that. What should I do instead? What shall I do instead? Okay, in that case, change of plan. I'll still keep the same 3 cards.
I'm going after you, so let's have a think about what I want to do. That's what I want to do next.
There.
Stephen is asking, is this a Euro game? Absolutely 100%. So on the scale of Euro to whatever you want to call it at the other end of the scale, I think this firmly sits very much at the Euro end of the scale.
Oh yeah, 100%.
100%?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, yeah.
It has a nice, I do think it has a nice tie to its theme.
Yeah, but thematic is a different scale for me.
Yeah, okay.
If 0 is, I don't know, war or risk or something.
Direct player conflict, roll for resolution, all of that sort of stuff. Right. Yeah, this is almost, if not a pure Euro.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no randomness in outcomes.
Nope.
You get to make all of the random choices. You get to make a decision afterwards.
Yeah, it's worker placement.
And plus gives you nice cards.
Yeah.
You're managing something like 12 different resources.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Right. If anybody wonders why I've gone a little bit darker on the video, I've just turned the main light off. Right. Now, I've chosen my card. Which one of these things do I want to do? Oh, we could do that. Oh, we could absolutely do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to do the card first. If I've got 4 connected cities, I can build a farm for free.
Hey.
So we will do that, and I will build it. Go west. There we go. And then I'm going to use this to build and upgrade a farm, which is going to be surprisingly enough there. And then I'm going to use one of my action cards, and it's going to be the one to pay a credit to upgrade a farm. Do I pay a credit or do I pay a science? Let's pay a credit. There you go. Nice. So yeah, three cities with double upgraded farms in each. I mean, that's where I'm getting most of my points from, because that's 9 points there.
Yeah.
Where am I getting my other 4 points from? Thingies. Tunnels. Upgraded tunnels. Yeah. So there's my 13-point income.
Finally got around to spending all that science.
Well done.
Have you done some upgrades? Oh yeah, look at that.
Mm.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so we are on the third action of round 6.
Yes. Let's do that first. Put that there. Use that. Then build that there. Then use that to do that. To do that. And I think we'll go with... Yeah, that's enough of those. Let's upgrade these.
It's a good card, that, isn't it? The repeatable mission.
Okay, that's better. Okay, done.
Okay, right. So, kind of did everything that I wanted to do. Let's... What have I got? I've got credits, I've got that. Taking a special card is the next thing on my list of things to do.
Yeah, get in line.
Yeah, I can't do that at the moment. Can I adjust the turn order so that I can do it? No. So let's just grab some more resources instead. So yeah, I've got 2 of those, so I get an extra one, and then I get more stuff. More stuff. Done. Right. Round 7, and then it's second production.
Right.
What do I do first?
So I'll keep that card. Keep that card. Guess we keep that card. Guess. Hang on, what we got here? What actions we got left? Those. Tricky.
Okay. I think I know what I want to do. If it's still there when it gets round to me, with me going third again.
You only have yourself to blame.
Yeah, going last in a worker placement game is never normally a good thing, but I'm managing.
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible in this.
No, because you got so many choices.
Yeah. It can be bad if you're doing this sort of exact same strategy as someone else. But I think we're all playing reasonably differently. So I think I want to do that. My problem is I've run out of stuff.
Okay. Do you want to borrow some? 10 points per resource.
Maybe. So I think I'm going to do that, which means yeah, all right, okay, so we'll keep those cards there. We'll play that card there. Let's put that into there. And then let's do... Oh, hang on. No, that's the wrong. Clicked the wrong thing. That next. Right, what special cards shall I have? That's worth a few points. Or I could go digging for something useful, or I could have this very nice free tunnel. Oh no, it's an action card tunnel, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite nice. No, I think we'll go digging again. Aha, that's quite nice. That's the card pull ones.
Stealing my cards.
Yeah. Each connected city with at least 2 upgraded farms produce an additional 2 credits and 1 point.
Oh. Yeah, I love that. I'll buy it off you for 5 food.
It'll you just go and get it yourself. It'll be at the bottom of the deck.
Oh yeah. Just
Start sifting.
take me a while to get that one.
Okay, so I'm going to have that card there, and I'm going to put. Right, okay. Yeah. Okay, and then I do this, and I take a steal, and then I finish my turn. Okay.
None of us have used the blue action space yet, have we?
Nope.
It's quite rare that you see it used, I think.
Yeah.
It's more the 2 credits.
I think
if
as
you're
a
short on
pass,
money.
it's actually quite good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's I've mostly found myself doing it when I've run out of money.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing else I want to do. I desperately need the money to. I've got quite good income this game, but sometimes you really struggle and you need the money to play your special cards. And yeah.
Right. What am I doing on my turn?
Yeah, all right. I'll do. Yeah, that seems okay. Do that. Do that. Pick this card. Build one of these. Spend that resource. Put it here. Done with turn.
Alrighty.
That's probably the least interesting narration for me to have given from my turn. Sorry.
I'm going to put this card there and build that there and do that. So. I think I might want to do this. It's either that or it's that.
Quite interesting. Paul has yet to discover yellow buildings, and Graham has yet to discover green ones.
Yeah, I've just completely not bothered with the desalination plants in this game. I might, just for some extra points near the end, but...
Your citizens are 2 worms, then, that don't need fresh water.
Yeah, basically. Just lots and lots of kelp. Now, an upgraded laboratory gives me steel plast. Okay.
Yep.
Let's go for that. Let's play that card on this space here, and we will build another dome first. And it's going to get built here, obviously. And we're going to put a farm on it, obviously. And then I'm going to upgrade a laboratory. Doesn't matter. Let's upgrade that one. And that's my turn done. Okay.
Okay, so I've got enough of that and that, so I could do that. Could do that. Tricky. It's not enough actions. Definitely not enough actions. They need to make the game longer. I did that. What would that achieve?
Okay. I think I have a plan.
I think I'm going to play this.
Right, while you're deciding, I will just send a message to the new people who've joined the Slack channel recently.
Fresh meat, fresh meat.
We've had a few people join today.
Okay, done. Really just getting another action card into play there.
I guess I should take that opportunity while it's here. Let's do that. Let's do this.
Build a couple of tunnels.
Yep. Tunnels for days. They won't dig themselves, I heard. I guess unless you have 2 worms at your disposal.
Yep. Right. So, Buzz looking okay. I think I want to do this action. So we'll do that first. And then I'll use an action card to take that. And then we'll build a farm and upgrade it. And then finish my turn.
Okay.
Is that the space you wanted?
Yep.
I think we're all honing in on
It's okay.
being fans of similar spaces because I haven't gotten anything that was my first pick yet this round.
It's okay. I can live with it.
It'll all wash out in the end.
Yeah.
But one thing's for sure, if we don't act quickly, Paul will go first next round, and we cannot allow that to happen.
Because then I'll get a special card.
I think what I want to do, do that.
Stephen's asking, there's different variations of Euro and a mix and match of themes. Yeah, we'll have a chat about this on the Slack channel, because everybody's got their own thoughts and opinions on it. You know, a lot of people say that Euro games don't have any theme. That is simply not true. I think, generally speaking, there are a lot of Euro games that do not have much theme. That's true. But to say that all Euro games have no theme, and if it's a Euro, it doesn't have any theme, that's not true, because there is some theme in this game, and this is absolutely a Euro game. Euro games for me, as I say, we can go into this in more detail. In fact, I've done a podcast on it a few years ago, which I've put a link to on the Slack channel, where we go through what we define as a Euro game. But it tends to be one where there is a fairly low random element. There's certainly no output randomness, like we're not doing any roll to resolve or anything like that. Low player interaction, no conflict, direct conflict anyway. We are obviously competing for action spaces. But that kind of thing. Whereas your other end of the scale, the non-Euro games, tend to be high levels of player interaction, lots of dice rolling to decide whether something works or not, or some other kind of random element. Usually a lot of conflict in games and things like that. So Drew is asking about the solo mode. So personally speaking, I love the solo mode of this game. But a good friend of mine, David Digby, who actually designs solo modes professionally, he hates the solo mode of this game. But it's because the solo mode in this game is basically you just play yourself. All that happens is some of these spaces randomly get blocked at the start of each round. But literally, you just play the game. You build up your own underwater city, you do your own thing, and you're trying to get as many points as you can. And personally, I like that. And the reason I like that is because I like playing this game. I like the flow of this game. I like the things that I'm doing. The fact that there's 2 other people here playing against me, for me, obviously it's more enjoyable playing with other people, but I'm not, and although I am competing with them for who scores the most points, I'm not actually looking at them whatsoever. I'm playing my own game. I'm doing my own thing. And then if I get more points than them at the end of it, great. And that's kind of what the solo game is. You just play and you do your own thing, and you're trying to get as many points as you can.
I think I've actually played the solo mode.
Right.
I'm probably with David on it.
Right.
Because I like I'm sort of with you in that I don't like complicated bots to manage.
Yeah.
But I do at least like something pushing back against me.
Right.
Which can be achieved in various ways in games,
Yeah.
with bots or
goals.
Goals.
Which is what David does.
Yes, in fact, he did Chocolate Factory. I love
Yep.
his solo for Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
Because it sort of forces you to think about the game a different way each time.
Yeah.
So this is whilst I haven't played the solo mode for this, I can see it's the sort of solo mode where I'd play it once and then go, okay, I've done that now.
Right. See, I played it, as I say, just to get a bit more practice, to relearn the cards and everything else. I like the solo mode of this because it's, as I say, I like the whole process of choosing cards, building my city and everything else. So
I think this one doesn't... I can see both sides of the argument, but when it comes to wanting to have variety and goals, and I think for me it's about, if I played the solo multiple times, would I be going down the same path every time? Would it feel the same every time?
Yeah.
And the special cards, especially the end game point solo cards and the milestones, if you're using them, government contracts I think they're called, they do, I think, give you enough variety that they would cause you to go down a different path on a successive play.
That's it. You set the game up, you look at the 6 special cards, you look at your initial hand of cards, you look at some other things, and then you decide, and then you look at your metropolises, and then you think, right, okay, in this game, I'm going to try and do this particular thing. So,
is it the case in the solo for this that all of the action spaces are always available?
No. 3 of them get blocked at random at the start of each round.
I think that would be great then. Yeah. You still get all of the, I wish I could have that space, but I can't, and I need to reorganize my thoughts.
They sort of work their way around the board.
Right, I'm going to take that one. Oh, do I want to take this one? I'm not sure. I really don't want that red card. That red card is useless, but it's the only red card.
1 second, just go grab a drink.
Yep. I think I'm in that situation again where I'm not really going to be able to do very much that I want to do. This is the problem with going third. Going third in the turn order. And then, this is tricky. Which one of these do I keep? I don't think I want that. I think sigh.
Heavy sigh.
Heavy sighing. Very heavy sighing. Okay, I'm going to say that one. They're the 3 that I'm keeping. But which one am I going to play? So all of the nice turn order spaces are gone. I can't have them.
Yeah.
They've been stolen.
Our plot has worked.
Yeah. The conspiracy. And we talked about low player interaction and conflict. You've clearly turned this into a war game. I could build 2 farms, I guess. I mean, that would be crazy if I did. But
I'm back. Nothing's happened.
No, nothing's happened. Oh no, I could actually build 2. Oh no, but that's a red space, and I've got rid of my red spaces. Right. We're about to go into production. Production is imminent.
Yep.
Let's just have a look at my claim card, see what I've got. I've got that.
You're going last again.
Wow, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he's pulled off 14 points during production, so I think he's...
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how it's going. I'm definitely not complaining. I'm just... Let's have a look. Do we want to build another city? Can I build another city? I can build another city. Let's build another city. So I'll take some free stuff. And then let's build a city. Oh.
Yikes.
Oh, hang on. I can build on the middle and get a turn order space.
Curses.
Ka-ching.
We've been foiled, Graham.
Nice.
Well, that's annoying.
Yeah. I hadn't planned that. I hadn't thought about that. That's good. Genway's here. Hi, Genway. Is this a new addition to Yucata? It's been on here a while, I think. I can't remember how long it's been on here, but 6 months. Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Right, production time.
Click on. Yes.
Yeah, 11 food.
Who cares about the 11 food? It's the 14 points.
It's the 14 points. Yeah. But yeah, end game scoring.
Yeah,
Let's have a look.
points is where I'm struggling. I'm not sure how to turn this. I've got plenty of stuff. I just need to work out how to turn this into points now.
So according to this, I'm getting 16 points for my buildings plus tunnels. Let's see how it's worked that out, because if you've got what's the points at the end of the game for a number of different things? Here we go. It's 2 if there's nothing in it, and then 3, 4, and 6. So I've got 2 for that, 4 for that, which is 6, 4 for that, which is 10, 3 for that, and 3 for that, so 16. So 16, yeah. So you can see how many points everybody's getting at the end of the game. My end game scoring is 16. Graham's is 12. And Stevie's, yours is 18. So that's the end game points there.
Yeah, the bit that it's not doing for end game points is the conversion of resources to money and then money to points.
Right, okay,
because that's certainly going to change between now and the end of the game, so why bother calculating it in the current state, right?
Right. So it's my go, and I'm choosing which cards to keep. And I need to keep an orange one to take the special card. Right. I've got 7 cards in hand, so I'm going to have to... Now, is that any good? That's no good at all. That's rubbish, in fact. So that I'm definitely keeping. Oh, we definitely need that. Yeah, we definitely need that card. And let's pick another card to keep. I think, oh, that's an action card. Yeah, I think let's take that one as well. Okay, I've chosen my 3 cards to keep. And I'm going to finish my turn. Okay.
On to me. Definitely keeping that card.
Monica's in the chat as well. Hi, Monica. QI with Stephen as QI Master. I don't know what you're talking about. Unless you, well, I mean, you're talking about QI with Stephen Fry, but does that mean that Stephen Fry has come back to QI? Not watched QI for a couple of years. Got them all recorded. They're all recorded on the box downstairs. There's like 50 episodes of QI that we need to watch.
You know, on those days when you aren't working.
Yeah.
Save my cards.
The good thing with QI compared to some of the other shows that we watch, because we watch things like Mock the Week, Have I Got News For You, which are topical. The good thing with QI is you can watch an episode from 4 years ago and it doesn't matter. Whereas,
or even out of order, yeah.
Yeah, completely. Whereas, you know, watching an episode of, you know, a topical panel news comedy quiz show thing from 18 months ago where they were all going, oh, what's going on in China? You know, it's a bit weird.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you also listen to The Unbelievable Truth?
I don't. I'm not a podcast listener to, but I would do.
It's a Radio 4 comedy series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
really,
listen to the
good.
Friday night comedy, but I don't generally have much time to listen to
Okay.
the other stuff.
This is the Monday night comedy.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
It is, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think I've caught the occasional
If you like
one.
QI, you'll like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott's in the chat as well. Hi, Scott. Thank you for popping in. And Joe's here as well.
Let's keep those, I think. Yeah.
Don't apologise for asking a lot of questions, Stephen. Feel free to ask away.
Give us something to talk about other than our misery and not
Yeah.
getting the right turns.
My only advice on expanding your collection is that find what you like and then go down that route. Don't just get games because everybody else says they're good. I know so many people that have gone, oh, everybody's talking about Gloomhaven and saying it's fantastic, so I'll buy it, and then they don't like it. So find the games you like and then ask for advice on the Slack channel, and we'll point you in different directions. But definitely don't just watch a game that I'm playing and go, oh, Paul seems to be enjoying it, so it must be a good game. It's a good game for me, but everybody has their own, particular preferences.
Yeah.
Although, when you look at my things that I've been enjoying in the last couple of years, you couldn't get much different from this to something like Pathfinder Adventure Card Game. I mean, they're so completely different games, and I've really enjoyed both of those for different reasons. Anyway, we are going to take a special card because this might be my only chance in the entire game to take a special card. So I'm going to convert one of my many food into biomatter.
Which one is he going to go for?
Well, there's two. I mean, there's the one which is going to get me for sure 9 points and probably 12. And then there's the next one that's potentially going to get me 15. But I think the federal priority is the more guaranteed one. So I think I'm going to take that. So that's a special card I'm going to take. Action. Which action do I want to do? I don't know.
Don't care.
The
one that gets me a special card.
I haven't got one of those, I'm afraid. Darn it.
I would take your advice even further, I think, and say that there's so many opportunities to watch playthroughs or try a game before you've purchased it, or to watch, listen to reviews on it. That buying something blind is
it shouldn't be done now.
Yeah, there's no
unless
risk.
Vladimir Suhi's next game. I know a lot of people that are just going to buy it without knowing anything about it.
Yeah, I do
but
that.
That's because they like Underwater Cities, they like Praga, they like Pulsar 2814. They already know what they're going to like.
Also, part of it there is with the newer games. If you there's an element of going, I really want to try this game, and there's a good chance I'll really like it. So I buy it. I probably really like it. I probably keep it. If I don't, the resale value is high. Decent
secondary
enough.
Market.
Yeah, the secondary market on new releases is usually quite good.
Yeah. But as you say, with sites like Yucata, I mean, if you're watching this live and you've never been onto Yucata, open a browser, go to yucata.de, yucata.de, and just see how many games are on there. Now, a lot of them are old, but a lot of them are quite new games. Then go to Board Game Arena, then go to Boîte à Jeux, the French website, boîteajeux.net, and just see that you've got access to probably over 100 games that you can play. And if you are a patron supporter of mine on the Slack channel, just pop onto the online gaming channel and say, does anybody fancy a game of Underwater Cities? Because it looks fun. And you'll find people to play against. And try before you buy if you can. Definitely.
One great way to use reviews, I use your thoughts and those on the Slack channel of all of our great friends there, but also a few podcast reviews and things on YouTube. I don't think I found a reviewer that I would agree with more than 30 or 40% of the time.
Right.
But when you get several reviews of the same game, or you get to know a reviewer well because you've listened to them a lot, then you can use the fact that you know how well you agree with them as a guide.
Yes.
Yeah. So that also helps me quite a lot. It does mean sometimes I skip the end of a podcast when a couple of grognards want to talk for 45 minutes about some chip encounter game from the Napoleonics or whatever. But,
Right.
that's fine. Saves me 45 minutes. I can listen to a different podcast.
David is asking, thoughts on the Underwater Cities expansion essential? My answer to that is no, it's not essential. We're playing just the base game now, and it's really, really good. So I don't think the expansion is essential. I think the expansion is nice for two reasons. First, the physical expansion includes the layered boards, which make the playing experience nicer. The expansion does add some extra stuff to it. I've only played it twice, but yeah, I personally don't think it's essential. What do you think, Graham? Have you got the expansion?
I've got the expansion. I've barely touched it, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't think it's essential. It mixes up the game a little bit, and I can see that I would have played it more if I had had a chance to play more Underwater Cities.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it's essential. It's got like the quick start in it as well. That's
it does.
Bad if you're in a hurry. But I think even then it's the going back to the Terraforming Mars comparison. It matters less in this to skip that first bit of the game than in Terraforming Mars, where Prelude adds a ton to the game in terms of skipping the dull bit at the start.
I think it's probably, if you have the base game and you've played it half a dozen or a dozen times and you're starting to feel a little like you're done with it, then that's the right moment to get the expansion, because it's got 2 or 3 different modules that give you race conditions or a stronger incentive to push on one resource or a certain strategy. You're not going to notice the new cards that it's added per se, just because the deck is already so large. But yeah, I wouldn't start with the expansion like I would for some other games. No. I would definitely play the base game at least half a dozen times and then dive in.
It's basically the same as my opinion of the Great Western Trail expansion. I like the Great Western Trail expansion, and I will generally choose to play with it, but only because I've played so much Great Western Trail.
Right. Yeah.
It makes the game harder, as it gives you more to think about, without actually making the game in any way better or worse. So it's nice once everyone knows the game really well. You go, okay, let's mix this up a bit now and add the expansion in. But it's certainly not essential, despite being a really good expansion.
So I've got a red card in my hand, which is an end game scoring card. I didn't realise, I'd forgotten that there were end game scoring cards just mixed into the normal. Normal thing.
Only in third deck 3.
Yeah.
You can never really plan for them.
So I'm going on there, and I'm building, surprise, surprise, 2 farms.
More farms?
Well, you can never have enough farms. And then we'll play that card, which cost me 3 credits. And I am done. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Gnome says he plays without expansions 95% of the time. I think I probably do as well. The thing is, I'm always playing so many different games with so many new people. And there is no way that I would play this game with new people with the expansion, because this is already quite a heavy game. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And therefore, almost every time I play this game, there's somebody new at the table, and therefore it's unfair on them to include the expansion. Expansions are great if you've got, as Stevie says, you've got the same group, you've played the game of a whole bunch, you're all enjoying it, but you want something a bit extra. But if you've got new players there mixing in expansions, depending on the game, Dominion, for example, you could play with one of the expansions in Dominion right from the start, and it wouldn't actually make it that more complex.
Yeah, just variety.
It's just variety, yeah. But not for a game like this.
Yeah, that's why I struggle with these big Kickstarters.
Yeah.
You have, buy this game, but at the time you buy the game, you also need to decide whether or not you want to buy these 6 expansions to go with it or not as well.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you'll never see them again. And if you do, Well, you'll probably only touch them if you really like the game, because
Yeah.
when it turns up, because I've seen before that the Games Club, someone will turn up and they've just had their Kickstarter delivered, and they bring it all in,
Yeah.
great big stack, and then they open up one of the boxes.
One of the
and use
boxes,
stuff from that
exactly.
box, and then
Yes.
they take it all home again.
Yeah. And then they come back the next week and it's different players and they go, all right, so we'll just the base game again? Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yep. Oh, no. By next week, they've had another Kickstarter.
I mean, I have my own opinion on the big Kickstarter games in that I've spent the last 3 weeks working on the rule books for them when I thought these rule books would have been done 6 months ago. But apparently there's 5 expansions that all need rule books writing. And I'm like, oh.
Yep.
Mark's popped in from the Central Isle. Hi, Mark. I was going to send you a message, actually, Mark, because I saw your name on a rule book. I was looking at, a friend of mine told me about a game that is, I think, from GMT, Atlantic something or other, and it's about World War II naval blockades or something like that. And I looked in the rulebook, as you do. The first thing I do when I open a rulebook is look to see who edited it and proofread it, and I saw your name in there. He's just retracted his message. Whatever message you sent, Mark, it's gone now. He's saying Role Player is a game that 100% needs the expansion. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Because that was going to be my next question: is which games is the expansion essential for? And Mark is saying Role Player is the game that 100% needs the expansion. I've played the base game of Role Player once, so I can't. Yeah, I thought it was all right. But...
yeah, that's how I felt. I've also played the base game once.
Right.
Core Worlds is the one for me. Core Worlds is an okay game without the expansion, but once you add the expansion in, it massively elevates it. It becomes one of my favourite games.
Right. Okay.
Just adds so many layers, and the weird thing about that one is because they were designing the expansion in parallel, they were able to, at the sort of last minute when they were printing the base game, is get the iconography they needed onto the cards.
Right.
To support the expansion when it eventually came out.
I remember that. So I remember now it came out really well. And it had these icons on, and people were. It was the same with Race for the Galaxy. It was like, well, what does this icon do? Well, don't worry about that icon. We'll explain that icon in the first expansion. And you're like, what?
There's a tiny little pink dot on half of my cards, and they go, we'll find out in a year. It'll be okay.
Don't worry about it. Right.
Looking over at my shelf, I would put Feast for Odin. And
I only got that. I only got the expansion recently. I've played it once, and I probably agree with you. But I've played one solo game. It's excellent.
It's because it swaps the main worker placement board out, and it adds that really great last action of the round mechanic.
No, I love that.
The sort of theming or the consistency of the actions on the base game action spaces was too high, and it kind of didn't matter what other people took. You very rarely felt like you missed out because someone stole your spot. And they managed to rework the costs and benefits of the action spaces in the expansion such that there's much more tension and a whole lot of nail biting. I hope no one takes the thing that I need. It just feels a lot more involved and connected to the other players. And then the other one for me is Civilization New Dawn. Definitely needs the expansion, I think.
Okay.
At the very least, because the endgame goal cards, by which you claim victory by having 3 of the 4 completed, there's only 5 or 6 in the box in the base game.
Right.
And so you very, very quickly feel like you've seen it all, and the games feel quite samey. So yeah.
David says the expansion to Star Wars Rebellion is essential. It fixes a boring combat system and makes it fun. So Star Wars Rebellion, I've never played. I've heard it's really, really good, and I do want to play it at some point. I wasn't aware it had an expansion, but apparently that's.
Yeah, I'll agree with that one as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's an excellent expansion.
What was it that Gnome said that I missed? He said even though the expansion is great, he'd still learn the game without it at least once. Maybe that's Feast for Odin. Not sure.
No, if you follow that back, that's Role Player.
Terraforming Mars plus Prelude. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, absolutely. Terraforming Mars with Prelude. I would have said that is essential as well. Teotihuacan, says Genway. He's played about a dozen games of it and have all the expansions, but not yet to play them. So yeah, I've got the first expansion for Teotihuacan, which I've not played. My copy has been played on this table, but I've not played it myself. So
I love that with all the expansions. I've been playing it 2-player with all of the bits because I really like when I have a lot of expansions to use all of the bits. And it does make a busy game even busier.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be ready for that extra level of bookkeeping and what does this icon mean and how does these 2 bits work together. But in the end, I think I do like it with all of the bits.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. If you've got a game and it's got 3 or 4 expansions and you've got a hardcore group of players that all know the game really well, throwing all of the expansions in is a brilliant experience. But you've got to have the players at that level, otherwise it can be overwhelming.
And with Teo, your 3 expansions are actually something like 10 modules.
Yeah.
Each of which could be added independently or not.
Yeah.
So
Scott says, any LCGs as essential expansions? See, I disagree with that. I think, for example, Marvel Champions, which I am playing tonight. I think Marvel Champions out of the box, the core box is brilliant. And you've got lots of replayability with it. I don't think, in terms of when we say essential, we mean that the base game is almost unplayable without it, or is made massively better. I think Marvel Champions out of the box is great. I also think the Arkham Horror core set is great. I have no problems with playing those whatsoever. The expansions, sure, give you more stuff, but yeah.
And I should hope with an LCG that they can get it right out of the box to begin with, or else
they're
never going to get you hooked to keep you on the line for the monthly drip feed.
Yeah. Which of these do I want?
Spirit Island expansion isn't essential, but is good, says John. So I love Spirit Island. It's one of my favourite games. I don't play it anywhere near enough. I have the expansion, but I've never played it. Scott is saying Istanbul is a lot better with the first expansion. Okay, yeah, I have Istanbul, but not got any of the expansions.
Unplayable. You heard it here.
There you go. I might just burn it. Yeah, we need some more fuel for the fire, so I'll burn that tonight.
Very wise.
You didn't like Istanbul?
Not really.
I liked it as a gateway game. I thought it was okay as a gateway game, but I think there are better gateway games. Yeah.
I have something else that I was playing with a friend and they said reminded them of Istanbul, and now I can't remember what it is. But the whole pick up and deliver and planning your routes kind of thing. Oh, was it Colonists maybe?
No, there is a game that Istanbul was compared
is a
to.
similar thing to might compare it to Five Tribes.
No, it wasn't that.
Plotting a route.
It was something else. What was the game that Istanbul was compared to? The chat might know.
Chat knows all. Chat remembers everything.
Successful Geek says never used Yucata, but this looks really cool. Yeah. So yeah, this is And as I say, what we said earlier on is that there's like 50, 60 games on Yucata. Some of the older ones, the interface isn't that great. This one is really good. So
yeah, and for free, come on.
Yeah, it is free.
I really like to use it during the work week when I take my 15 minutes or so for a cup of coffee and clear my mind before a meeting.
Do a turn.
So I don't have to be reading or whatever.
Yeah.
It's quite nice is just take a turn, go back to work.
So Bartholomeus has reminded me it's Yokohama that is like Istanbul.
Aha!
Yeah,
Yokohama's
a great game.
Oh
Fantastic.
yeah, Yokohama I like. Yes, Yokohama is the sort of more heavy gamer-ish kind of Istanbul thing. Yeah.
And that is on BGA, I think, isn't it?
Is it? Is Yokohama on Board Game Arena?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It's on one of the digital platforms.
Yes,
right.
Yeah.
Nice.
I played it there a few times. It's nicely done on there as well. Right. Okay. So.
Declined to use a card with a permanent effect.
Oh, I've got a thing that once a turn I can turn
or a thing into a thing.
Matter into a kelp and a steel plus, which means it asks me every turn whether I want to use it.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Right. We are in round 9.
Much to my chagrin.
I've not been paying attention. I've been chatting.
I'm just never going to get an endgame card is how that's boiling down.
You don't need them.
Whereas Graham's got about 7 of them.
I haven't. I have 2.
Which is a lot like 7.
I bought some special cards early on, but I bought them from the deck, which is just, cards that do things. I worry I've done too many things rather than thinking about points. But we'll see.
Successful Geek says he's been playing a lot of Star Realms. Did I pick up the Hero Realms Kickstarter? What was the show where I talked about Star Realms? It was the top 10 deck building games of all time. Yeah, if you want to know my thoughts on Star Realms, go and check out my top 10 deck building games video, which went live about a month or so ago. I'll give you a hint. I'm not a fan. But it was obviously on the list. Because the top 10 wasn't voted on by me. It was my Patreon supporters that voted on the top 10. So it was no surprise that it was in there. But yeah, I know my opinion on Star Realms is an unpopular one.
So I quite like Star Realms, but I probably wouldn't think of it if coming up with my list of favourite deck builders.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. I mean, it's very it's the same as all these other ones like Ascension and so on. Big tableau of cards, buy cards, play cards, generate stuff to buy more cards, play cards, score points, or in this case do damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pleasant game to play. It's got a sort of nice sort of game cycle to it. But I'm never excited to play it.
I played Star Realms up until I discovered Shards of Infinity.
Yeah, I've not tried that.
It's Star Realms, but better.
Maybe I need to try that then.
Oh.
Right, let's have a think about what I'm doing on my turn. Because, yeah, I've zoned out for the last 10 minutes while we were chatting. So...
You're here to have fun.
Yeah. Well, I had a card that I was going to play, but it needed to have 3 connected laboratories to get a point. And I didn't want to play it if I didn't have 3 connected laboratories, which is a really bad thing to do in this game. Because, to be honest, 1 point is not actually that big a thing. And now I can't play it to do what I wanted to do. Oh, you can use biomatter as if it was steel plast, can't you?
Only for building things.
Yeah, which is what I'm about.
If you've got a card that says spend this to do this, you can't use it for that.
Yeah.
No, it's only.
But my other option I've just noticed is I can convert 1 food into 2 steel plast. So that's probably the better thing for me to do. Now then, I probably want. I need to do some upgrading as well. Oh, and I have 3 science. In which case, decision made. I'm going to go on there. I'm going to gain a point. And then I'm going to do 3 upgrades. Let's upgrade this little fella. And let's upgrade this little fella. And let's upgrade that little fella. There you go. Done. So that's now... Oh, let's just have a look at my board again. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities with 2 upgraded farms. I don't think I've ever done that before. That's insane.
That's where your 19 points of income are coming from.
Yeah, and my... what's going to be 15 points at the end of the game. Which I'm quite happy with. That'll do. Right, back to the chat.
The more important.
Yes.
Click end turn before you do.
I have.
It says it's your turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need to do an F5.
I'll do a refresh.
It does lock
there we go.
a couple of
there
times.
There we go. Okay, so I want to keep that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. So, what order am I doing these things in? Get that done. Could do. was nice and quick.
Mm-hmm.
My AP is cured.
Yeah, and then suddenly you get a big decision to make.
Yeah, someone blocks my next move.
Well, when all 3 cards are the same colour, I either do a...
Makes it easier to look at the board.
Well, yeah, unless there was another action that I really wanted to do. I don't think there is. Yeah, no, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be that one. And let's just have a look at my action cards. Okay. I'm going to build 2 farms. Because that's what I do, apparently.
I'm going to get you a name tag. My name's Paul. I
Yeah,
build 2 farms.
I build farms.
I got a card here. That's good if you got upgraded farms. You got any upgraded farms?
Just a few. Yep. Let's see that again.
Does he have anything? What?
15 kelp income there.
It's gonna be more.
King of kelp.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to build a tunnel to that, and then that's another 2. So, okay, you'll go, Graham.
Okay. So should I do that or that? I think that makes the most sense at the moment. Let's do that. Let's put that in there. Let's put that in there. Let's do that there.
Almost the end of round 9.
And let's do that. Okay.
I think Stevie's going to get one of those special cards.
Better damn well. Pardon my American.
I think Scott's saying in the chat that he's just missed the Kickstarter for Hero Realms, but I'm 90% sure they'll do a pledge manager. They normally do that. For those people who just missed it. I guess it depends on the company, but I would have thought they would open it up for a bit extra. Right, what am I going to do as my last action? Ooh, that'd be good.
What do I do then?
But I now have no science.
It's kind of a lame last turn, I guess, but
okay, so let's have a look at what we've got. I don't need to build a tunnel this turn as long as I build it next turn. But actually, if I play this card, if it's going to let me play it. Oh, I've got to choose cards to keep. I'm going to have that one, I'm going to have that one, and oh, I'll have that one. Okay. And then I'm going to play that card and put it here. So once per turn, when I build a tunnel, I move 2 spaces up on the Federation track. And I think I'm going to build a tunnel.
reasonable.
Use my normal payment, and I will put it here. There we go. So we are in round 10, and I'm first. So here's the thing. That special card there that gives me 15 points at the end of the game for having 10 kelp is looking very nice. Very, very nice.
Do you think you'll have that kelp?
Well, I'm generating 17 and I'm spending 6. So yeah,
you're probably right then.
That's a 15-point card there. I just don't want to upset
I knew I should have
Stevie.
taken another turn order bup.
Yeah, it's only because that card's there. You know, I'm not doing it to deny anything to you.
There certainly wasn't anything on the board that made me think that you could gain
No,
two turn orders.
It was just that card in hand that was lucky. That was a very lucky card.
Yeah, that's nice.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna do it, but do I do it with which card do I do it with? Because I've got an orange card, but I can't use the ability on the orange card, so I think I'm going to mismatch. I think I'm going to mismatch cards. Yeah, so it's going to be a red card on an orange spot. And I've got a warning. The colour of the chosen card does not match. Are you sure? Yes.
Warning, you will never forgive yourself.
So I am going to take a special card.
Warning, you will make Stevie sad.
I'm going to take that one. And then I'm going to do an action. Which one are we going to do? Ooh, good question. Let's take the personal assistant and take a steel plast. Okay, turn is done. So we are on the final round of the game. I said I'd be finished sometime between 6 and 6:30, so that's not a bad estimation. I also need to check my COVID test before Rick comes round, because Rick's coming round in an hour and a half. So I've done the test, I've just forgotten to check it. So I'm sure I'll be fine.
Don't think we can catch it like this.
No. I'm licking the microphone, but I don't think that counts.
Well, that's standard.
It's the cyber COVID.
Yeah, that'll be the next pandemic, and it drives everyone away from their computers and out into the world. If you want to talk to someone, you have to go and find them.
I think I'll need to talk to my IT professional before I decide to get vaccinated from that one.
Yeah, there is a bit of discussion in the chat about deck building mechanisms. So as I say, I recommend you go and watch the top 10 deck building games with me and Mike Fitzgerald as we talk about, more than 10 deck building games. We talk about definitely the top 10, but we talk about some others as well. And we both share our thoughts on what makes a good deck building game and things like that. Because there's so many different ones out there. You know, from everything from Star Realms right through to heavy Euro games that use deck building as an element.
Even in the slightest way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the deck building game in which you might go through your deck 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the 2-hour playing. Yeah,
one of the short scenarios with Mage Knight, you will go through your deck 3 times and that's it. But deck building is definitely an element of that game. I don't know whether I'd go so far as saying it's a deck building game, but where do you draw the line on what is a deck building game and what isn't a deck building game? So, you know, we tried drawing that line a few months ago and it ended up in one of the biggest discussions we've had, and I mentioned it on some Facebook groups, and that turned into a 200 comment discussion with everybody having different ideas. So it was like, okay, yeah, that's just the way it is. Right, well, I'm definitely keeping that card because I bought it. I'm definitely keeping that card. And let's keep that card. Okay, right, now, which action do I want to? I've got 2 actions left in the entire game.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I think I made a boo-boo.
Well, I definitely want to play that one, but what do I want to do with it? That's the question. I mean, I need to do some upgrades as well, but the upgrades have gone. Well, that one's there. Don't just want to do one upgrade. Also, that metropolis up there, if I can connect that, that's 9 points. But I'd need 4 tunnels. No, you only need 3 tunnels, don't you? You only need 1 to connect the metropolis, or do you need?
No, you need
both.
You need both. That's why there's 2 spots there.
So that requires me to build 4 tunnels, which is not going to happen. So let's forget that idea. Do I want to build another city? I don't think I do. I think at this point, building desalination plants might be good because they get me more points. Except I can't because there's no spaces. Okay, so cost to build a laboratory is steel plast. I kind of want to save my steel plast. I think I'm just being greedy now. So if I go on here, might work. I've got 3 upgraded tunnels adjacent to connected cities. I get 2 points. And we're going to build a biodome thing. Because I've not done that yet. And it's 2 points. And then we'll connect it. Okay. Done.
Still salty about not being able to get a special card, but I guess it's in keeping with the theme of the game.
I'm sure you had opportunities.
Yeah, like in the first 3 rounds, maybe. But who's going to buy a special card in the first 3 rounds? Graham?
I mean, I have locked myself in for what colour of thing I want to choose in the last round because I need to play my special card.
Why is it only letting me pick that? That isn't one I want to pick. What is it? I think I maybe have done things out of order. I need to back up a couple. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, the undo feature is really good. John is saying that Aeon's End is one of his all-time favourites. Yeah, John, if you haven't watched the top 10 deck building games of all time video, definitely check that out. See where Aeon's End is on the list. I'll give you a hint. It's on the list.
So I want to play the build something and upgrade it action.
Yeah.
And it's not letting me select anything but tunnels for some reason.
So I don't know.
But I have a city that is connected and needs to have things like farms attached to it.
Yeah, but it's not letting you build a farm.
Only the road is highlighted for some reason.
Oh. Can you reset everything and go back?
I have once.
Right.
Try again.
You know you don't have any science, yeah?
Aha.
That why?
No, but it should still let me build it, but not upgrade it.
Yes.
No. Should it?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, if you look at the
Not sure I do.
effect, it is spend a resource and a science.
This is an old FAQ question from ages ago that I remember fairly clearly.
It says,
yeah.
oh, okay, so the text is different from the iconography. The text says, use one of your action cards, pay the usual cost to build a structure, full stop, pay 1 science to upgrade the structure that you just built.
Yeah.
But I guess it's been implemented correctly.
That might have been my problem, though, so thanks. I hadn't realized I'd run out of science. How does one run out of science?
By spending it all.
Well, I suppose I'll just do something else then. Let's...
I've just had a message to say that dinner is cooked, dinner is overcooked and waiting for me. Vicky has made a kelp pie for me, so that'll be nice.
Kelp keeps you quite well, you'll be right.
Kelp pie with extra kelp on the side and then kelp ice cream for dessert. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, not having science has kind of thumbed my plans a bit. Does it make sense to even... Definitely have to keep those two...
Mr. Kenny has just popped into the chat. I don't know what it is, James, but for the last 3 or 4 streams that James popped in the live chat for, he always pops in 10 minutes from the end. He's fresh from the expo. You've been to the expo. Well, thank you very much for joining in. I hope it was okay. Hope you stayed safe. But yes, we are on the last round. We're almost on the last turns of the last round.
If I can ever make up my mind.
Yeah, we may be another hour.
All right.
Done.
We did something completely different. Thank you, undo button.
A bit of corruption.
Right, so
Right, Graham, your penultimate turn.
Yes, well, I have a yellow card that I absolutely need to play, so I better play it, even though I don't really want any of these yellow actions. Let's go. What's going on here? Wakey, wakey. Right, play that card, and it will go in there. So there we go. Let's get that into play. Now then, I can only build that. We'll build it there, which triggers that, and I might as well spend it because it's a point.
Okay, we are into the last turns of the game.
Last turn.
Yeah, so I am going to play this card because it's going to be worth 15 points to me.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
Except I'm actually going to put it on there. So it's worth more.
Yeah, I think Paul's thrashed us here.
I was worried it was you having taken so many special cards, but
yeah, they're not in-game point special cards. So I think I concentrated too much.
I had been told that the high kelp strategy is overpowered. I've never tried it before, but when I saw the layout of the cards and the ones that I had in hand, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll try it. I'll see what happens. And I did get lucky with some cards.
It is a very strong strategy. I'm not convinced it's overpowered, but it is it is strong. And you're right, the cards supported it, but we couldn't all do it.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, James says he loves the game, needs to get it to the table more often. Well, if you want to start some asynchronous online games with the people on
guarantee we'll have takers.
Yeah, on the Gaming Rules Slack channel. Yeah, as you say, even the people that haven't played this before, if they're watching this stream, who want to learn how to play it, then yeah. And it's another game where the first time you play this game physically with 4 players, you're looking at 4 to 5 hours. A bit like Great Western Trail, a bit like Terraforming Mars. And then the more you play it, it suddenly comes down to about 2.5 hours, something like that, maybe 3. There isn't an Underwater Cities channel, but if you post in online gaming, I'm sure there will be people there wanting to play. I'd be more than happy to jump into another game of this as well.
Oh,
I might just demand a rematch.
Yep.
It's my turn. I better make a decision then.
Yeah, we can just sit back and wait for the final scoring to happen.
You can now. That doesn't help, so I can throw that card away.
So while you're deciding, I will just, because I need to disappear and grab food downstairs fairly soon after we've done. For those people joining after the start, I'll just let you know what this is about. UK Games Expo is happening this weekend. I'm unable to attend, so I've decided that I'm going to be doing some live streams. So I've got, I think it's 6 or 7 live streams over the next 3 days. This is the first one. None of the streams are sponsored in any way. They are purely funded through the Patreon campaign. So a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters that make this possible. And if you are a Patreon supporter of mine, you should have had an invite to the Slack channel. There is effectively a sort of online virtual convention happening this weekend. Basically, if you wanted to play some games online using a site like this over the weekend, pop on the Slack channel. We have a UKGE Can't channel. And yeah, if you wanted to play a game, just post on there and find some other people. And yeah, it's really good for me, obviously, because I'm playing some games this weekend, to know that other people, Patreon supporters, are playing games against other people all weekend. So yeah, if you're interested in that, pop on the Slack channel and you can do that.
You could even call it a virtual GridCon.
You could, yes. Absolutely. And if you're interested, I will be. The next game is in 1 hour and 20 minutes from now, and we'll be Marvel Champions. 2-player Marvel Champions tonight. Right, Graham's doing his last action.
Yes. A few odd little points I found. A few odd little points, and I am done.
Right, and now the magic of the internet will do all of the final scoring stuff. So yeah, I got 15 points for that card, 15 points for that card.
Stevie has a choice on his production.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sorry.
There you go. Was that the final scores just flashed up?
Yeah. Oh, closer than I thought.
I think it has.
Ugh.
There you go.
Crunched.
So 87, 100, 109. Yeah, you did well from your end game scoring cards as well, Graham.
I did very well. Yes, I did. Yes, and I built I turned a lot of my cities into having all 3 productions right near the end of the game.
So I think I got really lucky on round 8 or 9 when I stole that first player position off you, because you would have bought. Which card were you going for? The Federal Priority?
I was going to go for the red domes. It would have been 10 points for me by the end.
Yeah, so that would have got you 10 points and meant that I didn't get
15.
The 15. I mean, I would have done something different, but I don't know what I could have done that would have got me anywhere near that in terms of points.
And at least with this scoring as it is, if I had had 10 and you'd had 15, we would have flopped our...
It would have been very different score. Yeah.
I'm also guessing, Stevie, had your eye on the federal priority I took, the 3 points for each connected city that is one building of each type.
Yeah, that also would have been nice. But the red ones was my first priority, I guess. But being locked out of that space for the entire game, or not prioritizing it in the first round or two, definitely made things quite hard. And I don't know that I could have taken those earlier on because they're so expensive to play, and I was short on cash in the first two up until the second production.
Yeah,
so,
I had good cash early on, which is why I was sort of, I'll grab some special cards while I can.
Yeah. Quite strong.
But it was an enjoyable game.
I assumed it would be a fight at the end for them.
Yeah, it was interesting. The game seemed to be, we were all doing our own thing, but the competition for turn order to take the special cards, that seems to have been the biggest factor.
Oh, and quite a lot of, I wish I had that action space.
Yeah. It wasn't just those action spaces. You two were getting in my way all the time.
Yeah.
If I had a nickel, I'd have a pile of nickels.
Anyway, let's wrap things up. Thank you very much for kicking off the virtual Can't Go to UK Games Expo online gaming event. That was thoroughly enjoyable. I will speak to you both later on. And
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Right. So they've disappeared. I'm going to disappear, head downstairs, get dinner. And as I say, I will be back here in an hour and a quarter. So I better eat quick. Marvel Champions, 2-player game tonight. We're starting the Rise of the Red Skull campaign. I'm going to be playing Ant-Man. Rick's going to be playing Drax. That's happening here in an hour and a quarter's time. But all of the videos for this weekend will be available afterwards if you're interested. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a solo playthrough of Star Wars Outer Rim in the afternoon. Then in the evening, I'm meeting up online with Brendan over the pond. We're going to be playing a couple of games of Undaunted North Africa. And then something very different on Sunday afternoon. I'm playing a Hex Encounter war game with Peter Rushton with a 192-page rulebook. But yeah, we're going to be playing a Hex Encounter war game using a digital implementation. That's happening on Sunday. But yeah, lots to come. But for now, thanks very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.